Welcome back and thank you for joining us again for our discussion of implementing new standards in K-12 education. Today we are discussing our model for change. We started with Kurt Lewin's model and adapted it to better fit our situation. As you can see from the image on the screen, there are three basic steps to Kurt Lewin's model. His model is based on ice. So first you unfreeze the ice, you change the form, and then you refreeze it into the new desired form. So each of these steps has a smaller subcomponent, so we're going to look at each of these further in turn as we apply it to our problem. The first step is unfreezing. Our problem is adopting engineering design into K-12 compulsory education. While engineering design is not a new standard within education, it is now included in the next generation science standards, and students are required to understand this process. There are multiple solutions on how we can incorporate this topic into education that include having technology education courses as a part of the required curriculum, or we can have science classes to include this engineering design. Administration decides which change is more appropriate. After making a decision, administration should move forward with united front to include and inform teachers, students, parents, and other stakeholders of the decision that they've made. This means a collaborative discussion between administration and the teaching staff, specifically senior or lead teachers. These discussions focus on the need for change due to the changing standards and seek to gather the opinions of key personnel. The discussions emphasize the importance of keeping the classroom content up to date and identify barriers. Now, these discussions should not be one-sided. Teachers should be allowed to voice their concerns, and concerns should be acknowledged as legitimate issues that need to be considered and resolved. Administration and teachers should work together to address these issues. Once everyone understands the need for change, it is time to bring about this. Making change is a difficult process. It is important that administrators and key teaching personnel work together to create a plan of change. Time needs to be given to key personnel to receive professional development so that they may provide appropriate feedback and input. After generating a plan, the plan needs to be communicated to the larger affected community. Transparency is important throughout this process to help dispel rumors and clearly indicate what is and what is not going to change. Emphasis needs to be placed upon how the change positively helps and impacts students, teachers, and society at large. Administration should focus on how to bring about the change, along with the teacher's self-efficacy regarding the change. Teachers should be empowered and provided support for professional development. Once the change is begun, the school culture should be modified to support and finalize the change. Administration, teachers, and support staff should work together to reduce the barriers for change throughout this process. Professional development courses that increase instructional self-efficacy should be provided for teachers to help sustain this change. Administration should also provide a support system to ensure that resources needed to bring about and maintain the change are available.